Hi, so this is the 2-in-1 FEBOTE electric kettle, and I really want to give you an up-close view of this and also a demo. So let me go ahead and give you an up-close look at this. So this is a little bit different because it is a 1.7 liter, that's about 7 cups, and it also comes with a tea infuser. So you could put loose tea in there or tea bags in there, and let me just go around this and give you the quality feel of it. So the glass is very thick. I'm going to knock on it and you can get a sense of how thick it is. So everything here is 304 stainless steel, and what that means is it's food grade. A lot of the food utensils and pots are made out of 304 non-corrosive or corrosive resistant stainless steel here. So this has less carbon in it, for example, and doesn't rust as often as steel that has a lot of carbon. So let me just go ahead and give you an up-close look. So that's the infuser in the middle, and it does come up with this mechanism here. Now keep in mind with the infuser, it is up where the 1 liter mark is, so you're going to have to boil probably 4 or 5 cups of tea for this to actually touch the infuser, so just keep that in mind. The 0.5 liters is down here, the 1 liter, the 1.5 liters, and 1.7 liters. So one other thing to notice is that the water does come through the stainless steel spout, and the lid itself is a pull-off lid. So you pull off the lid, and the infuser is removed basically by just pulling it off, and it is fastened in there by these notches here. And this is a fairly decent size. It's about 4 ounces, which is about an entire half a cup, a little bit bigger than half a cup, I would say. As you can see, let me go around so you could get a good look at the infuser itself. And you could remove the infuser or get it out of the way by pulling up the lid. And if you've used a lot of electric kettles in the past, what you know is that the turn off is dependent on the lid being on. So if the lid is off, the automatic turn off does not actually initiate. These are a little bit different because these are temperature monitored. So you'll see there's a temperature gauge in the bottom there, and this particular one is digital temperature control, and you could set the temperature. I'll also demo that. The other thing I wanted to mention is at the bottom here. So the bottom here, you do see, and you could actually feel the silicone. So what the water touches is actually the glass, the stainless steel, and a little bit of silicone at the bottom. But all of these electric kettles are made that way. And the bottom will discolor. And the discoloration won't be because of rust. It will be more because of the minerals that are deposited at the bottom and burned at the bottom while it was boiling. And what you have to do is usually use vinegar and let it sit overnight or for 6 hours to actually dissolve the discoloration from it. So let me continue around and give you a better look. And I will have this link in the description area of the video if you want to get this particular one here. And this particular one is 1500 watts. So just keep that in mind. Some of the 1.5 liters are 1100 watts. So this does come to a quicker boil. Now let me just go ahead and just give you a better look. So keep in mind you're gonna have to clean these here, some of these undersides, and give you a better look here. And the good thing about this is the water won't necessarily boil over easily because it does have this cap. All right, now let me give you a demo after I show you the base here. So the base does have this connection here. So this is the entire electrical connection. So when you rest it on here and you push the on button, it will start boiling. Now this thing does rotate 360 degrees as long as the electrical contacts are at the bottom. You are fine. So let me go ahead and give you a demo of the boiling water here. So you notice here I filled this with water, and the way this FEBOTE works is when I put it onto the electrical contact, this will turn on, and if you don't do anything, it will just shut off. Now you notice here that this light is actually flashing a slow blue. Keep in mind the blue means cool, and if I want to turn it on, so you notice all the lights now have gone off. If I want to turn it on and boil the water, I could push it once and push it again until it's red. Now that it's red, it's going to start boiling the water. Now if I want to set the temperature, I can push the plus and the minus to set the temperature. Now boiling water is 212 degrees. So what I can do is, set it at basically 212 degrees here. And you could hear it starting to boil. Now if I just want to keep it warm, I could set the temperature and also push this keep warm button. Now as it's boiling, I do want to show you a little bit of basically the lid here. So this here is the infuser, and you could see the underside of the lid. And this mechanism does pull, in and out like this. So just keep that in mind. You could lift and reduce the level of the infuser. Now this infuser does not touch the bottom. Now the water does take about 8 minutes to boil. I do have it up at the max here. So just to give you a look. Now the water temperature at this point is 145. And you may want to adjust this temperature. I have it set to 212. Now that is the boiling temperature of my altitude, or most altitudes. Now if you are all the way up in Denver, for example, in a high altitude area, the water might take faster to boil, in which case you might want to reduce the temperature default. So just keep that in mind, that this is the advantages of the digital scale, that it allows you to adjust the temperature and the boiling water temperature. Now it is going slowly up in temperature, and once it reaches 212, it will start boiling. So I'm just going to pause the video here and wait for it to come close to 212 here. So you notice the temperature now is 203 degrees and the water is already boiling. So for me, even though the nominal boiling temperature is 212, I could probably set it at 206 degrees here for my altitude. And you don't want to touch the glass as it is really very hot at this moment. So once it reaches the 212 degrees, you notice there is the auto shut off. Now if I want to keep the water warm, I have to push the power button and the keep warm quickly. And once I do that, I could adjust the temperature that I want to keep it warm at, and it will keep it warm at that particular temperature for 60 minutes or 1 hour. And to turn it off, I can push the keep warm button off, and you'll notice now this thing will be flashing. The power button's flashing, meaning that everything is off. So there you go. That is the FEBOTE electric tea kettle, 1.7 liters, and I hope this helps, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.